Hey, yeah, if you want to come over to EAV.
I sure as fuck ain't going to Buckhead.
I don't know, man. You said Buckhead. I was like, I don't know about that.
Yep.
I'll never forget Rashad and I in Buckhead that one night being like,
Oh yeah, you saw like life and death all happen.
Yeah, life and death. Recall that story for Chad, everybody. Tell them that story.
So we played all the time. We played at this one place in Buckhead, and I think it was directly after.
It was as soon as we finished, because I was like, listen, one of my favorite things to do when we play at this bar is to sit outside right after we finish and watch the end of the night chaos that takes place, because it's situated on a street with just a bunch of bars, right? Yeah. So at the end of the night, the street is just full of people who are fucking hammered. They're like making a mad dash to get laid at the end of the night, you know, like they haven't hooked up already.
It's a parade, really.
So Rashad and I are just standing out there, kind of just, you know, and we look over and this guy tries to fight this car. And he loses. He loses the fight. And
was the car in motion, or was it a parked car?
I think that it was sitting still, and then they drove off, but he was trying to fight it still.
He was trying to hit the car, not the
person. It looked like he maybe had thought the car had its own thing going on, but he was trying to fight it. And then he fell and like busted his head open.
Yeah.
And his friends were like, "No, he's good. He's good." And his head's just like gushing blood. And we were just like, what are you gonna do with that? There were cops and shit around too. And then we're like, man, that's crazy. And we turn around, and then like literally from just past where Dog is from me right now, there were just two people just like fucking on a car.
Yeah.
And we were like,
God damn.
That's how it rolls.
we're like sandwiched in between.
All of a sudden, it's like the circle of life.
We played there once, and there was a dude asleep in like Rashad's passenger
That's
seat.
right.
I remember that. Yeah.
Okay, so like,
Rashad's like, get the fuck
at the end of the night, I went outside like I normally do, and I was hanging out with Dave Rowland, Hot Dave. He's like, "Hey man, is that guy in your car?" And I look, there's a dude asleep in the passenger seat of my car. And I swear to God, I locked it. I have no idea what happened, but I was pissed. I was like, what the fuck? So I went and I opened the door and I grabbed this dude and I like yank him out of my car. Like, and I looked inside my car, like, okay, no puke. He didn't puke or pee in my car. Nothing. He's like on the ground. He's out. He's fucking out. Right. So I wasn't like super mad because he didn't fuck up my car or anything. He didn't have any friends around or whatever. We're trying to like be like, hey dude, are you okay or whatever? And he stands up. His eyes are still closed. And he stands up and he just takes his dick out and starts peeing.
Yeah.
In the middle of, there's like people all around. Like there's people walking in all directions. Like we're in the front of a parking lot in front of a bar. And he's peeing and people are like videoing it. And then he finishes peeing and he can't put his dick back in his pants because he's
fumbling around.
He's just fucked up. And then he just falls and just goes back to sleep like on the ground.
In his own urine, yeah.
Yeah. Finally, this like homeless dude came up and like took care of him.
Homeless guy's like, this guy's in bad shape.
He's in bad shape.
You've hit rock bottom.
I've seen this before.
Yeah.
Give us some space.
It's like looking in a mirror.
That was where it was at that same place I met that philosopher woman who like really made me think. I was like in between sets, and I go back to behind my drum kit, and she's like, "Hey," and I turn around, and she goes, "Can I suck your thingy?" And I said, "No,
no, thank you."
I was like, "Logan, for you."
I do remember that. I was like,
"What's your fucking plan, dude? The bathrooms don't have doors on them. There's literally like sewage crawling out from it. Every alley is already occupied by people bleeding and or fucking. I'm all sweaty.
Hey, drummer, can I suck your thingy?
What's the plan? Like where?"